Hello and welcome to the first episode of Conversations with me, Trey. I'm so glad that you're with us tonight. We have a nice show planned for you guys. So this is a little introduction of why I decided to start this show, Conversations with Trey. We're all at home. We're getting stir crazy. And I thought now's a nice time to just come together and have a conversation that's engaging, informative, and fun. Just a way to just connect each other. Because once we have a conversation with each other, we realize that we have a lot of stuff that's in common. Then we have that is different. So thank you guys for joining this conversation tonight. And also, this is an interactive show. So feel free to leave comments. And if you have questions for tonight's guest, you can leave those questions also, and we will answer those when it's time for that. All right, so let's begin with tonight's buzzword. If you grew up watching Pee Wee Herman, I know some of you guys might be a little bit young, but Pee Wee Herman had this show called Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse, and they had the word of the show. Every time that word was mentioned in the conversation or during that show, they yell. So we're going to do the same thing here on Conversations with Trayton. Whenever you see this word, entanglement, during tonight's podcast or tonight's episode, if you hear that word mentioned, I want you to yell. You can yell in your home, or you can use exclamation points in the comment section whenever that word is mentioned. Also, let's go to tonight's special drink. Tonight's special drink, I want to give a special drink every conversation, which will do something with pop culture or something pertaining to the conversation we have in that day. So tonight's special is a boogie with a K-pop. A boogie with a K-pop. It looks catchy, it's bright, it's nice, smooth taste, has a nice smell, but it's one of those drinks that you call weak, but by the end of the night, you are on the dance floor dancing to NCT, EXO, BTS, Monster X, and calling random people Opa. Also, this is the time for me to remind you to drink responsibly and only drink if you're 21 years or older. All right, now it's time to go to my favorite part, introducing tonight's guest. When I was coming up with this show, Conversations with Trayton, I couldn't think of anyone better to have for my first guest than Miranda. Miranda and myself go back all the way to 11th grade, and we've been friends ever since. And she also was my co-host for two failed YouTube shows, but neither Miranda, neither myself are going to mention those names. We're going to keep those two failed YouTube shows buried deep inside Google's YouTube and on Al Gore's internet. And we use different names, so it's pretty safe and secure. So with that, I am proud to introduce to you live from South Korea, my good friend, Miranda Mimi. Hello,
Hi.
Miranda.
Hey, how are you? Going good. Good
Doing
morning.
Well. I should say good morning, since it's morning there.
Yeah.
Thank you for waking up early to be with us here.
I know. Hey. It's where I'm losing my Saturday sleep.
Yeah. It's for a good cause.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's get things started with a little icebreaker. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right, so before the show, Miranda picked out from three options, and she picked this option as her question. This is the first time she's seeing this question here. If you won $2 million tomorrow, what are the first three things you think you would do or buy as soon as you had the check in your hand?
Oh, definitely. I would probably quit my job. Get my family together. Yes, it's Corona, but we can be safe and all vacation together. I've got $2 million. Third thing, probably buy a house in America. Come back home.
Yeah, I was going to ask, will you stay over there? Will you come back here?
Oh no, I'll probably go back home. Go back to America.
South Carolina, different state?
I don't know. South Carolina's always home, so probably South Carolina.
Nice. All right. Thank you again for joining us. All right. So just to get things going, what are 4 adjectives that you think best describes you?
Probably easygoing, optimistic, laid back. The 4th one, friendly.
Really? I think those are good and real adjectives you choose there. So you were in South Korea. Do you want to say what part of South Korea you're in, or you want to keep that?
I'm in Busan, South Korea. Busan, as everyone says, but it's Busan with a P,
Busan.
like the people that live here. So Busan, which is the.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's the 2nd largest city in Korea. It's on the coast, so I love it here.
So it has like a beach.
Yeah, like there are many beaches here. And I actually moved this year, so I'm 10 minutes away from the beach, which I love.
Oh, so it's kind of like Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
Nice. What season is it there? Is it summer there also, or is it winter?
Yeah, it's summer. It is kind of hot, but it's not as humid as it would be back home, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's like monsoon season, so it's been raining a lot lately.
So so it's warm and rainy.
Yeah, warm and rainy. Like it is not the business.
But you say it's not the humidity, right?
Yeah, it's not as humid especially when it rains.
Yeah. So I guess that makes it a little bit better. Your clothes are not really sticking to you, but it's still, I just don't like being wet in wet clothing.
Yeah, then we walk everywhere.
Yeah. So how long have you been staying in South Korea?
This is actually my 2nd year in Korea. I came to Korea in February 2019, and I did 1 year in public school, and I went to another school this February, March.
So you still in the public school, or do you went private?
Oh, now I'm in the private sector, which is nice. There are a lot more foreigners when you work for a private school. So at my public school, I was the only foreign teacher. I was the only English teacher at my school. So I saw all the kids, and I would see them like once a week. But in the private school, they have many classes, and you're not the only foreigner. There are like other English teachers, and I have a homeroom class, so I see them every day. So you get to bond more with the kids this way.
Yeah. And it's probably good for you because you have some other people that are also foreigners to immerse in your culture. That's pretty good. So I don't know if you're up to date with American pop culture, but I just have to ask you, have you heard about the Will, Jada, and August entanglement situation?
Absolutely. My Facebook was just lit up with that last weekend. I'm always sleeping during all the good stuff, so I missed it. But yeah, I saw like all the memes, entanglement.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw the memes, videos.
I'm pretty sure I added to the clutter of your wall too, but my 2 cents of that.
Absolutely, yes.
So I'm curious. Could you see yourself in that situation with being entangled with someone else while you're in a relationship? And how would you react if you dated a guy and the guy was Jada in this situation and had an entanglement partner?
I mean, as an outsider looking in, I don't know. Could I be Jada? No, not really. We separated, then we just separated. We ain't together no more.
Yeah.
But
So she's
you know,
technically a free agent.
huh?
Technically a free agent if they're separated though.
Yeah, if you separated, then hey, do you, boo? But I mean, I think it was still kind of shady. But I mean, would I be a will to a Jada? No, I would just leave like, okay. Mm,
Yeah.
that's just fine. It's a question.
Yeah. It's it's something else. I think she kind of took the sorry way out of that. I don't know why she had a red table talk. She didn't
Yeah,
really. Hey,
I
if they
know.
like it, I love
I need some healing for myself.
it. Take my own
Mm-hmm.
self to the red table.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's go back a couple years to the
Oh, okay.
beginning. Um, so where did you attend high school? And how would you label yourself in high school? The jock, the prep, the nerd?
High school. I went to high school, Lake City High School. In high school, I don't know. I was a wanderer. I wasn't really popular. I had my set of friends. I was in the choir. I guess I'd be like I wouldn't say a nerd.
Acquire
I
geek,
wouldn't say
like a
nerd.
geek person?
I would be like the quiet outsider. Yeah, let's go with that. The friendly floater. Friendly floater. That was me. I did talk to like a lot of different groups during lunch. I was never one with the one course set. So just
Yes, that's good. So you with
that
the
was
job,
me.
you with the football team, you with the band, you with the music, with
I don't know
everybody.
what I went to like
Um,
the interesting kids, the other musical kids, the band kids. My friends were all in band. So
I did
I would
one
say
year
that was
marching
like,
band.
hmm.
I said I did the 1 year marching band, Les Miserables year. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go now to the next step, college. Where did you attend college, and what was your major?
I attended college at Francis Marion University in Florence. My major changed many times, but ultimately, I got my bachelor's degree in early childhood education.
Nice, nice. All right. So you went to high school in South Carolina. You went to Francis Marion. You got your degree in early childhood education. So how and when did your love for Korea begin? Did you just want to say, "Oh, I love Korea"? Tell us how your love for this country began.
It started probably with K-pop. I would think, of course, K-pop in college, like 2011, 2010. That's when I was like, okay, I like this. Started watching some videos, you know.
So how did you find the K-pop? It just came
How did
up
I
on you.
find K-pop?
Yeah.
I was searching for a video and then I clicked on the wrong link.
Hmm.
And my first K-pop video was called Boyfriend by Boyfriend.
Hmm.
So I was like amazed, like, what is this? Like, what? Their dances are so in sync. The music is so catchy. I like it.
Yeah.
So since then, I moved on. I found my stan group. They broke up. I was sad. But after that, I was still like, okay, Korea's cool. It's nice. You know, it's, a, it's like a nice place to visit one day. And I finally took the leap and came to Korea.
Nice, nice. And I remember a little bit. You would start when you first started finding out about K-pop. You used to mention, and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy. I don't understand what they're saying. What do you see about this?" And then eventually, I keep hearing you talking about K-pop, and I eventually decided to give it a try. And the two groups that got me into K-pop was Rain, the old
Right.
solo person, but I would say my group that I stand was Shiny.
Oh yeah, Shiny's really good. They're one of the OGs.
Yeah. It was Shiny Hello was the first video. And I kind of like this. And during the time, America was kind of getting away from the R&B field. But during that
Yeah,
time, K-pop was pretty heavy in like
yeah,
90s R&B.
that's true.
All right. So you got immersed in K-pop. You started liking the culture. So how did you get from South Carolina to Busan, Korea? How did that happen? You just went and got on a plane one day, or what was the steps that led you to
Oh
where you are?
no. I was thinking about, doing a career change. What did I want to do? I was approaching 30 and I wanted to do something different with my life. So I was, I thought about, teaching ESL. Seems like it could be interesting. The benefits are pretty good. So let's give it a go. So I researched different like teach abroad companies, and one that I always wanted to do, even back, I think the first time I wanted to come to Korea was maybe 2012, 13. And there was this company called Epic, which is English program in Korea. But it had a really, like, the application process was intimidating. So I was like, no, thank you, because it had like write 3 essays, fill out this question, write a lesson plan. I was like, I don't think I can do it. So I didn't apply. But this time I'm like, maybe I can apply. So I was looking around and I was looking on Reddit, and I actually met a cool set of people who were also thinking about applying. So we went through the process of applying for Epic together, which is the program I used to come to Korea. Basically, you fill out an application, write essay. What do you think about Korea? Why Korea? What's your teaching philosophy? Then what culturally, what do you like about Korea? Just, different questions, and writing a lesson plan. So, I did that. And then I had an interview, and let's see, it was really stressful because, like, a lot of people,
Sounds
they
stressful.
applied early because, let me see if I can get the months right so I can say how stressful it was. I'm building up to a really good story, I promise. So in September, October, I applied and I interviewed, and they're like, oh, you passed the interview, but you need your documents. So I had all of my documents except the college degree, because I moved and it was in storage somewhere and I couldn't find it. So I ordered my degree and it took forever to come. Like, I ordered my degree before I applied, in like the week before I applied, I ordered my degree in September, and it did not come until December.
Ooh.
So the deadline for applications was like in January, mid-January. So I had to rush to send my documents off to Korea so that I could possibly get a position, because even though you're not really hired until you have a school. You can't get a school until they have your documents. So I applied in September, but it's already January. Hundreds of teachers are getting their jobs, their positions. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't think it's for me. I'm not going to Korea. It's not going to happen for me. And so, the time difference. So I would wake up every morning and check my email, because I would know that while I was sleeping, it was daytime in Korea. I would check my email every day. And then one night I had a dream.
Mm-hmm.
In my dream, I got my placement. And I was so happy. And I was telling them, oh, I got my placement. I got my placement. I got my school. And then I realized that I was having a dream.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh my God, I told everybody I got my placement and I'm embarrassed. So I went and checked my phone. And in my phone, I had an email that I got placed in Busan.
Oh, wow.
Yes. But then I woke up.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a dream in a dream that first I got my placement. Second, I was placed in Busan. So then I woke up for real.
So when you woke up thinking that you got the email that you was in Busan, that was a dream within a dream. That wasn't in reality.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
wow.
was a dream in a dream. And then, so I really checked my email for real. And of course, no placement. By this time, it's February 1st, or maybe it's January 31st. One of those days, it's like the end. I'm like, well, it's been a good dream, but I don't think it's going to happen. So as usual, I wake up, I check my email, and you have a position at Busan National High School University High School. And I'm like, am I dreaming? Is this for real?
It's another dream within a dream.
I was shocked. So all morning, I could not believe it. Like, I'm like, is this really real? Is this really real? Did this really happen? So, yeah, so it's February already. I have to be in Korea on the 18th, maybe the 19th. So I have to be in Korea early. It's already February. I'm still working. I don't have luggage. So it was very interesting getting prepared in 2 weeks to leave my life and come to another life. And so that's how I ended up in Korea. That was my timeline.
I'm stressed just listening to all that.
It was very stressful.
But it was worth it, you say.
Absolutely. No regrets.
That's good. As long as you can live without regrets, that was count. And you live in your dream, took a chance.
That's
Most
true.
people dream a dream but don't act on a dream, but you actually dreamt it.
Yeah.
Right. So, thinking back to your high school years, are there any similarities to Korean high school versus our high school experience? Are there any similarities in the way we do?
Similarities? I would say they were very different. Last year, I did teach at a high school, and similarities, I would say their kids, they are hormonal, attitude problems. I mean, teenagers here, teenagers in America.
So the teenage experience is pretty universal.
Yeah, that's universal. Like, But there are a lot more differences. Like at my high school, or in high schools in general, they don't serve breakfast and lunch. They serve lunch and dinner.
Oh, so you guys go late in the night or something?
Oh, well, school gets out at 4:30. The last class is at 4:30 for the regular school day. Then they have a series of afternoon classes till 6. 6. So from 4:30 to 6, there's an afternoon classes, but they also have a self-study time where they will stay at school until 9 or 10 o'clock at night and study for their classes or do homework. And this is an everyday thing that they would do. Teachers were also scheduled to stay, of course, So they weren't at school unsupervised.
Okay.
But it was something that they did, and it was like
Are you guys
moving.
like in a rotation, like here in America, you have like the car line and the bus line rotation where this teacher might have this day or this week? Do you guys have that when it comes to staying late with the students for studying? Like Miss Miranda, you
Oh,
have the dump tomorrow and I have the next day?
as a foreign English teacher, I wasn't involved in that, but I do remember my co-teacher telling me that, yeah, they had a system in place that, this was maybe your week to work, and then next week you didn't have to work.
And you're not in a high school currently, right? Or you still?
No, now I'm in Kindy Elementary.
Oh, no. So how's that? How's the elementary life?
Oh, elementary life is pretty good. I teach elementary classes from 3:40 to 6. And, the kids, their English levels are actually really good.
Nice, nice.
So, we are like an academy. After they go to school, they come to learn English. So, we'll, practice with them, do different things. It's usually grammar, writing, debate, just anything to get them speaking. And they're really good kids. Most of them have been coming to my academy for a while. It's not their first year. So they're pretty good at what to do
So
and knowing what to do.
do they have aspirations of coming here to America for a university, or they just want to learn the language?
I think they mostly just want to learn the language. I think it's important learning languages university wise. I know my oldest set of kids, they want to stay in Korea. They're not one for traveling, but they would like to visit America. I know they've said they wanted to go to New York, and one has actually been to America. Like these kids, they travel. I would say I work for an affluent school.
Mm-hmm.
So my kids in debate class, we were talking, oh, where would you like to go vacation? I'm like, yeah, I went to Vietnam, been to Japan. I've been to America a couple of times. I'm just like, oh, okay, then cool. Cool.
Oh, these kids are putting me to shame.
Yeah, I went to Vietnam. I've been to Guam 6 times. Like, okay, nice. So yeah, I'm like, cool. So yeah, they do have more chances to travel.
That's good. It's good to see the world.
Yeah, absolutely. They're pretty open-minded for their age, which is really good.
Mm-hmm. All right. I know you was saying about the months, but you had to turn in your application. Here in America, most of us start school in August and end in May, or at the latest, early September, late July. Do you guys keep that same pattern, or are you guys on a different pattern from start?
Oh no, a whole different pattern. The first day of the school year is March 1st. So we go through from March 1st until February. The breaks are a little different. Usually most schools, well, last year, I can't speak for this year because Corona kind of messed things up.
Yeah.
But we got out around July for a month, and they would get 4 weeks out in July, and then we came back in August, and then again they had a break. They had a longer break for winter. Like what did they go? I think in January. January they got a break, and then we had a couple of weeks in February where they just kind of, took their finals and had like award ceremonies and things and just got books for next week. So
are you excited? You getting the first year jitters, excitement?
Mm-hmm.
The beginning of the school year, you're getting out the first day of school.
Oh yeah, I don't think it happens. There, I was like, all right, I'll see you next week. I mean, go home on a Friday, come back on a Monday. You're in a whole new grade.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'd say it's interesting. It's not as you know, when you're in America, you know, it's like, ooh, I wonder who's going to be in my class. I can't wait to see my friends. I miss them. And it's just like, oh,
See you next week.
see you next week.
So,
But
mentioned you start in school. That's a debate going on here, especially in South Carolina at this moment because of Corona. A lot of people saying that we are not ready to start school because our numbers are going up. I don't know if you know this, but
oh yeah,
South
I've seen
Carolina
it.
is number 3 in the world when it comes to Corona numbers.
Oh
How,
wow.
yeah, it's a mess. And I'm in the Corona capital, South Carolina, currently.
Mm,
Yeah. So, thinking about Corona, how has South Korea handled the Corona crisis? How did you guys manage to go back to school safely? And what precautions are you guys taking?
Honestly, I think it's because, you know, everyone did tried. I say a lot of more people followed the guidelines. We were never really shut down. A lot of bars and clubs, you know, shut down, but there is never a like mandatory, you can't do this, don't go there type. You know, it was just, you know, a lot less people were going out. The buses were emptier, the subways were emptier. I think social distancing was there automatically. South Korea, they wear masks all the time. You know, that's a normal thing for them to wear because of pollution, dust. You
Yeah,
know, they want to protect themselves, so they wear masks all the time. So it wasn't a big issue for them to wear masks. We when it came to starting school, we did delay school for a long time, from February into March. My school was supposed to start in March, but we didn't start until April. So we were out for a month. Public school opened up a lot later, but with public school, they did it in rounds. This week, the schools will open, then one grade, then these two grades, and then, you know, until everyone was back in school, which seemed to work. And the precautions that we use, well, every morning we take our temperature and sanitize. All the kids' temperatures are taking every day. They take their temperatures when they get to school, at lunch around 12, and before they go home. So that's something that we do. They're taking temperatures and sanitizing, and the kids wear masks. Like even my 6 year old students wear masks. I say 6 year olds
yeah.
because in Korea, when you're born, you're already one. So
Interesting.
they are Korean age, they are 6. But American age, some of them are still 5 years old. So because they haven't had their birthdays yet. So, but you know, they still wear their mask every day. And, you know, even the teachers, we have to wear our masks.
Yeah.
We complain about it, and it sucks
They're
wearing a
not
mask
comfortable,
every
but
day.
they need it.
Yeah, but you know, after some time, I don't know. I've gotten used to it. Like, see, first time when your ears hurt, like the back of your ears are hurt, and it's like, I can't breathe. And I was like, all right, let's do what we gotta do.
Oh, man. But that's interesting. So in America, I'm 20, and in South Korea, I'm 21. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my age, and that's the one we want to say it is. All right, so you're off the plane, 14-hour plane ride, right?
14, yes.
Oh, wow. So you get off the plane, you've been there for a day, you've been there for a week. What was the most prominent culture shock when you first arrived? And are you used to it now that you've been there for 2 years?
The culture shock.
Yes.
The most prominent, I guess, you know, it's a very homogeneous society. So, you know, you're not going to see a lot of people that look like you. So you have to know that, okay, they're not going to speak my language. They're not going to look like me. So I better learn how to speak to them and be kind to them. They are interested by hair. I had braids once, and that I wasn't really prepared for. When you get the ajamas, the older Korean ladies, they will want to touch your hair. I'm like, oh, it's so pretty, it's so nice. And it's like, thank you, but I don't know you. Don't touch my hair, please, ma'am. It's
Yeah.
like, thank
It's
you,
not
kamsahamnida. Nah, nah. But yeah, that's just life.
yeah. So, how long did it take you to get accustomed to the culture of
The
Busan?
culture, I mean, I would say that I started doing my research before I came. So I feel like I was ready for whatever came my way.
Yeah. So, is it different if I went to Seoul? Is there like a big cultural difference from Seoul to Busan? Are they pretty much the same? Like,
I would say it's a little different. People that live in Tucson, they don't like Seoul.
hmm,
Seoul is like busy, 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 always on the go, like just, not as friendly. Like
ah,
Busan, I would say Seoul is like in the north, that type of personality, you
uh,
know. And Busan, we're laid back, we're on the go, but it's not always, people are friendlier. This is home.
yeah.
This is, where I go. I've been to Seoul twice, and each time I'm like, I want to go home. I'm ready to go back home, being
Is that
around
that
where,
home feeling?
hmm?
Does Busan just have that home feeling?
Yeah, this is, my comfort zone. It's a nice place. I definitely enjoy it here. I don't think I would ever move to Seoul. Seoul is nice. It has a lot of foreign shops and foreign things, but, it's just be too much.
Now, Busan wasn't the city you originally wanted to go to, right?
No, my first choice was Daegu.
Have you had a chance to go to Daegu?
No, my friend, she used to live there. My friend Ash, she invited me to come visit her in Daegu so many times, and I never went. Ash, if you're watching this, I'm sorry.
So in
She said,
retrospect, so in
huh?
retrospect, you happy you went to Busan instead of Daegu now? Or you're
Yeah,
in Daegu?
I'm happy I came to Busan instead of Daegu. They said Daegu is just temperature wise, it is uncomfortable. It's the
Mm,
hottest. It is a valley. So in
yeah,
the summers, it's really hot. And in the winters, it's really cold.
all the extremes.
Yes. So here, coastal area, I'm happy. The weather isn't that bad. It didn't snow here at all last year. It got cold a few times, but it wasn't like freezing, freezing.
I always
No
like a quick snow when it snows and then it goes along the way. I don't like a snow that lingers.
stays.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you kind of touched on this earlier, but being black and being American, were the locals friendly or did they have to warm up to you? Is it a friendly environment for a black American to go to Busan, Korea?
I feel like if you're a foreigner, you're a foreigner with Korea, 'cause, they're all Korean, so it's like us versus them, especially, during Corona, there were a lot of places that were like, oh, no foreigners allowed. And it wasn't just no black people allowed, it was no foreigners. And, you know, a lot of other people that weren't black, this was their first experience with racism.
Ah, so it was a teachable learning moment.
Yeah, it was a learning moment for them. It was like, what do you mean? I can't come in? Oh, yeah, yeah. That was an experience for them.
Nice, nice.
But
It's
being black, I would
never
say,
too late.
the worst thing, when you're out, in a club or bar or something, and they expect you to be able to dance. And like, especially the girls are like, hey, hey, like, hey. And it's
They
like,
want you to report Black Miley Cyrus.
no, they just want you to dance. Like you could literally two-step and they'll be like, oh, so good, so good. I'm like, yeah, thank you. Like all I did was step to the left, step to the right. But okay.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So I can go there
That
and be a dancer. Okay. Note to self.
exactly. Especially if you're black, they're like, yeah, so good, so good.
All right. With that, lead me to my next question. What are some assumptions or stereotypes they have about Black people and Americans in South Korea, if any? You already touched on that the dancing part. What else do they
So
have?
the probably think you dance. America. I know probably that I can't say black people, I'll say America because the 4th of July weekend, yeah, okay, since Corona came, a lot of people can't travel like they usually do over long holidays. And the military had a long weekend for 4th of July. So a lot of people, they came to Hyundai, which is one of the popular foreign beaches. It's popular amongst foreigners here. And 4th of July was on a Saturday. 4th of July came.
It was Saturday here.
Okay, it was 4th of July, Saturday. Then a lot of military personnel, at the beach they sell like the handheld firework
Yeah.
things. So they were popping them off in the crowds and streets and things.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that was kind of over the news
All right.
here.
So it sounds like when you're in Korea, you're just American. You're not a white American. You're not a Black American. You're not a Native American. You're just American. You're just a English person, a French person.
Yeah, that's it. If you're a foreigner, you're basically a foreigner. In my experiences, I don't know what other people have experienced. Like I
Yeah,
say, based on my experience, if you're a foreigner, you're a foreigner. No matter how long you've been here.
you're still a foreigner.
Yeah.
Do they call foreigners Yankees? Oh, that's another country I'm thinking about.
Yankee?
Yes. Okay.
No, Wegukin.
Wegugan.
Yes, Wegukin. Wegu.
All right.
There's another one. I can't remember it.
All right. So you've been there for 2 years.
So
I know you
you
have to have watched TV. Have you find a favorite Korean TV show? And if so, what is that favorite Korean TV show?
Oh, right now my show the show that I like is My Neighbor Charles because my coworker is actually on the show. One of my coworkers
Oh, nice.
at my academy. It shows the life of a foreigner, so it's relatable. And I'm like, hey, go, Mark teacher.
Nice,
They're
nice.
being on the show. He's an extra, but hey, he's there.
Hey, TV's TV pays.
That's true.
All right. So you got that TV show. How about foods, drinks, or a dish? What's your favorite?
Foods? I'll say the chicken here is really good. I would say if I want chicken, I will get honey butter garlic chicken from BBQ's. It's my favorite chicken here.
Barbecue.
It's crispy and it's just the best chicken. Of course, you gotta have samgyeopsal, like the Korean barbecue where you cook it over the fire.
Okay.
That's my favorite thing to do.
Do they like the spicy barbecue, the vinegar barbecue, or something totally different from what we used to?
Well,
The barbecue, the Korean barbecue. What's the taste?
oh
Is it
no,
spicy?
like when they cook the pork meat,
Yeah.
samgyeopsal,
Okay.
they have like some coal.
Okay.
There's coal, and then there's like a grilling grate.
So it's
You
kind of
cook
like
your own meat. Yeah, you cook your own meat at your table.
oh wow.
And then there's usually no sauce. They have like Korean sauce, like soy paste.
Hmm.
And you get like lettuce wraps or leaves to eat it. And it's amazing. It's so good.
I put that on the list. What was that other dish you taught me about? Talk with a K.
Kimchi?
Yes, kimchi. How's that?
Kimchi is a Korean staple. If you come to Korea, then you can expect to eat kimchi at every meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner. It is one of the side dish that they do all the time. I've learned to love it. So yum.
So you know me, I'm kind of a picky eater. I don't eat anything. So there's a good chance that I will find my something if I visit
Of
South.
course. I think you would find your something here. You would find something Korean for sure. Do you like meat? You
Yes,
like meat? We
yes.
have some galbitang, which is beef soup.
Hmm.
And it's really good. It's a little spicy. It has bean sprouts in it. I didn't realize how good bean sprouts taste. Like they're amazing. I love bean sprouts now.
Oh, nice. You went to
A
Korea and
lot of
found new foods.
side dishes, kimchi. As for drinks, when I came home for vacation, I did bring everyone soju. I know I bought everyone bottles of soju, which is like a drink they sell at stores. It's like their alcohol beverage.
Oh, nice.
So it's really cheap. It's like, oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
what's his face was talking about that. Jay Park. I think he has an album named Soju, if I'm not
oh
mistaken.
really? Woo
Yeah,
woo.
another
Soju.
Korean.
You can get soju from like this convenience store. You can get it at the restaurants. It's like $1.50 if I had to
Oh, it's very
save
affordable.
$1. It's cheap. A lot of people they go to like clubs, and in Korea there's like a convenience store. There's like 3 convenience stores on every corner, basically.
Hmm.
So you go out, you can get some soju, drink your soju outside. You can drink in public in Korea.
Oh, so you can walk and drink in Korea.
Soju, yeah, I've seen that happen.
Huh.
You drink your soju, then you can go into the club. I mean, and it is what it is. You just club and drink outside the bar.
Nice, nice. All right. So I know you have friends, or maybe yourself had tried the dating life in Korea. If not the dating life, the social life. How can you explain that to us? How's the dating life and the social life in Korea? How will you rate it?
From what I've heard, my friends' experiences, it's just not worth it. It's just rough, tough.
So I won't have any luck if I go to Korea either.
You might, maybe you're a man. I don't know any men's experience, but I know women's experience. They have not been good.
Mm,
Especially I guess hard to meet people. So a lot of meeting through apps and things.
I don't know.
Social life, it's easy to make friends, but since we're all foreigners here, you don't know how long those
Mhm.
friendships will last. So sometimes, it might be a friendship of convenience because, oh, you're here, I'm here, let's be friends. And then next
Yeah,
year, all right, it's been real, bye.
it's kind of like
So,
when you go. It's like when you go to summer camp, you're friends with the other staff members, but once summer camp ends, then that friendship dissipates.
yeah, I would say that. I mean, not really, because I don't know. Especially, it depends on how long you've been in Korea. Because some people, I came into Korea in 2015. All my friends are gone now. We
Oh
don't
no!
talk anymore.
So you're the only one from your crew that's still there from the
Oh
beginning.
no, only one person from my crew left. the girl from Daegu, Ash from Daegu. She left before I could come side, but everyone else is here. I had a core of 7 girls, and they're still here. They're still here. We don't live all in Busan. They live in different parts of Korea,
Yeah.
but we still chat all the time. Chat on Kakao.
Yeah. So when you first came to Korea, did you know some of the people that were in your, I guess, class, or were you totally alone when you first came to Korea?
When I came to Korea, like I said, I did find a group on Reddit. We were in a group chat, so I did meet up with them when we first got here. And then with Epic, they have an orientation, so it's like all of you come to this college, and we're going to teach you how to be good teachers in ESL. So from there on, we got split up and put into our location classes.
Mhm.
So, like, I'm in Busan, so I was in a class of people from Busan, and they were like in Daejeon. So they were with people from their city, I guess, to help you find friends.
I know.
But so we got split up, but we were like all on the same campus, so we could see each other afterwards. But my partner ended up being actually one of my best friends in Busan, because in my class, you had like a partner to do a project with for the end of the year. And she ended up being like my best friend. And so that was great. We both left public school, and she's moved further north. I moved further south, so we don't see each other as much. But we still talk all the time.
It's good you still have that connection.
Yeah, it's important to stay close.
So I know, like, if you watch HGTV when they go abroad looking for houses, the houses are really small compared to what we're used to. Is that true, or they just happen to look at smaller houses on HGTV?
I would say the houses are usually, smaller than what we're compared to. Like, because, I mean, a lot of people, they either live alone. Like right now, I live in a 1-bedroom studio.
Nice.
And, my refrigerator's beside my bed. So
Yeah,
it's
Thursday at
like,
night, you just reach over and get something.
yeah, so it's like, But overall, I mean, not all of them are the same. Like my last apartment was really big, but I also lived in like the old person part of town, and there was nothing to do. But now I live in 10-minute walk from the beach. I have a smaller room, but location is good. And the rent is cheap. Well, the rent is free. When
Can't be
you teach
free.
overseas, they will sponsor your apartment. So, benefits. If you want to come to Korea and have a free apartment, apply to be an English teacher. They will find you an apartment for at least 300,000 won.
Wow. Do you know what the equivalent of American dollars?
The equivalent of American dollars,
Yeah.
let's see. No, not really. Off the
Okay.
top of my head, is it more or less? It's less than $300.
We all have Google. We can Google it after the show.
Yes.
Wow. So do you have to have a degree in education to teach?
No, all you need is to teach English is a bachelor's degree, a 4-year degree. That's all you need.
Nice, nice.
And be
I'm
from a
gonna
native speaking country.
I'm gonna have to apply there and then ditch the teaching gig to become a professional dancer on that dance show.
Yes.
All right. So you know how on dating sites or social media you made these short blurbs about yourself. I want
Yes,
you
I
to
do.
make yeah. I want you to make a short blurb on why we should come to South Korea and Busan.
Okay, you should come to Korea for the beautiful scenery. The public transportation is amazing. Like they have taxis available, subways available, buses are available. Like it's so easy to get around. compared to, well, from a small town, there was like one taxi. So in
It's so
food
nice.
in Korea, it's like, nice. You should come to Busan for the even better beautiful scenery. Like we have mountains to the right, the ocean to the left. Like, you could go to the beach and go hiking all in the same day without having to leave the city or travel hours to get there because everything is so conveniently based. The beautiful temples, really nice. There's a temple by the sea that I visited last year. It is really nice. The people are nice. The food is great. Street food is amazing.
Hmm. So it's like a food truck equivalent. Like you have like.
Yeah, they have like stalls.
Hmm.
Like stalls. They cook their food there. And then here you go. You get some fried shrimp or some gimbap. Gimbap.
See, I'll be kind of hesitant.
Why?
Just the idea you walking down the street and some random person's cooking in the street. Here, get some fried shrimp.
I mean,
I'm
you
pretty
see
sure it's free.
everything.
It's a fine thing.
Yeah, it's relative to my thing. It's like, one of my favorite places to go is like a mart,
Hmm.
like an outdoor mart. She makes the best sandwiches. Like, these sandwiches are amazing. Like the toast sandwiches. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all about the toast sandwiches. This is probably something I should have mentioned during my favorite food, but it's so good. So, she has this bread, like bread and eggs and meats. And she's also going to slice up some apples and some cabbage. So she puts all of this on a griddle right in front of you. Like, how can you not like that? Like, I'm going to toast your bread on the griddle. I'm going to cook your egg. I'm going to put some chili sauce on this. It's the best sandwich. I love that sandwich.
It sounds like everything's freshly made versus like our Burger King where it's made maybe a couple minutes or hour ago.
Oh, yeah. Like the street food, I would say, is freshly made. Like a sandwich is like that. Now, they have like fish cakes that they make in tteokbokki that has been made, but it's there and it's sitting like it's like in warmer, so it's not getting cold or anything. And they're not covered tents, but it's really nice.
Sound like a nice place. Maybe once Miss Rona finally leave us alone, maybe we can plan a trip to.
I encourage everyone to visit Korea. You will not regret it. It is amazing.
So we have a couple of comments and questions coming from our good friend Miss Beth Stone. She says hello.
Hi, Beth.
Can you see the comments too? I don't know if you can see it or not on the screen.
I can see one comment. It says hello.
All right, and then we have another one from our good friend Vicky.
Get it right, Vicky. Hi, girl. Hey.
And then we have one for one of my students, Amos. Hey, Amos. Thanks for watching. We have another one from my friend Beth. She says she's proud of you.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know if I could do it, but look at me now.
And Beth is another one of our friends that she goes back further.
Yeah. First grade. Yes, we were rolling deep since first grade, grade 1. My A1 since grade 1. I miss you.
Then I just tagged along, started in the 11th grade.
Yeah.
We had a group called LNC back in college. Good time.
We've been rolling deep since then.
All right, and here's a special person that you know very, very well. She says hi.
Oh, hi, Mommy. I hope you're still up. You said you were going to sleep, but hey. I miss you too.
Uh, Des, one of my students, said he liked the new look. I wondered how he got on my Facebook page, but I remember I made it public so I can read the comments on this program. But he has a question for you. His question is, what time is it there?
It is 11:04 a.m. Saturday morning.
Happy Saturday, turn up. All right, so that ends our session on the questions. But Miranda, let's get rid of that comment, is going to teach us two words that we could use when we take the trip to South Korea. Okay, and for any South Koreans or anybody out there, please forgive me if I butcher these words. I butcher my mother tongue language all the time, so take it for love. Okay, okay, it's all yours, Miranda.
All right. So the first word I'm going to teach you is how to say hello when people call you on the phone. If you have like a delivery, then they're going to call you like, oh, your food is here because, oh, that's another. Yapseo. Yapseo.
Yep,
So
CEO.
that means yapseo. Yapseo.
Yep, CEO.
Yapseo.
Yep, CEO. That's hello on the phone.
Yes, like, if your delivery's calling, you're like, oh, I don't have a phone. Yapseo. Like, Jacqueline, just a minute. I guess I'm coming for my food. Hello.
Yep, CEO.
Yapseo.
Okay.
And another one is thank you. Like, you have to say thank you. Kamsahamnida.
Gamsamida.
Yeah, kamsahamnida. There are a
Gamsamida.
lot of letters I know, but the natives say kamsahamnida,
Gamsamida.
kamsahamnida.
Gamsamida.
Yeah.
Okay. We got some new questions, by the way, for you.
Oh, okay.
All right. Des want to know, what has been your worst experience?
One of my worst experiences? Let me think about that one. That's a good question. Having to move. Okay, it wasn't a bad experience. I just wasn't ready. Like moving from apartment to apartment because, okay, you don't have a car. You don't know a lot of people with cars. And there's only like one moving company that we know of. So what else can you do? So my thing was, okay, I'll just move on the subway. And I lived really far. So
The subway.
I had a lot of boxes and bags to take on the subway through 2 transfers, multiple times. I took a lot of taxis. That was not
I'm thinking
good.
it's a better subway system than here. Or it's about the same.
What?
The subway system. I'm taking it that it's a better system than we have here in America.
Oh, yeah, I would say that it's very on time. They're very, quiet. Koreans are very serious about their appearance. So, they don't talk. They expect you not to talk either. Like a lot of times they're either sleeping or you have the young people putting on makeup. I'll also say initially the stairs. There would be some people that will look at you because you're different. Like, it's funny because maybe it's funny to me. Like, I was at the subway and this lady came to me, like she was getting off the subway. She walked past me like, normal person. And then she just like did a full 180 and started like walking towards me again, looking at me. And I'm just like,
that would make me anxious. Like, why are you coming?
Hi.
Why are you looking? Yeah.
Yes, like, and I'm just like, hi. It's interesting. The stairs, probably. Like, but And it doesn't bother me because it's like, okay, they've probably never seen a black person before. They've probably never seen another foreigner before. Like,
It's
hi,
curious.
bye.
Mhm.
My best experience, probably, I did go on a hiking trip with my school once, and it was a beautiful scenery. We rode a cable car up a mountain, and it was just amazing being one with nature. You
Nice.
know, it was after school got out, so we all went on a trip together. It was good to kind of bond with my coworkers outside of work. Because being the only English speaker, sometimes, you're not able to communicate as effectively as you wanted to. But that was last year. So when I was the only English speaker. But, after some time, we were like, oh, laugh. We could laugh together and talk while we were hiking, because Koreans are very shy about speaking English in front of other Koreans. So
That's
they
unbelievable.
won't. But, if they have you off by yourself, they can be like, oh, how are you?
Mhm.
And they all looked after me with, oh, she maybe she knows she's not used to hiking, Are you okay? So it was nice. That's probably one of my best experiences. Just being here in Korea was probably the best. This is something I wanted to, but I never thought would actually happen.
You got to manifest those dreams.
Absolutely.
All right. We have someone I think you know, Mary Jane.
Hey,
She says hi. And can you
hey.
give, I know you mentioned this earlier, but I think Des was kind of late to the conversation, but he wanted to know how do you handle the virus over there in Korea?
Well, a lot of places they take your temperatures. Even like a lot of the schools, the schools they take temperatures. So do the bars and clubs. If you want to go there, they're going to take your temperature. There's a form that you fill out to get entry. You have to write your name, write your phone number, and they take your temperature at the door.
Mm.
So in that way, if your temperature is too high, you can't come in. And if someone has the virus, then they can contact you because their phone number is on file. They also, what else do they do? Some of them want like your district. Like, you might live in Florence district. They want your dong, your goo dong. Yeah. So they do that. Also, they send updates all the time. Like, oh, such and such. We get like emergency text on our phone if
Right.
someone has the virus that's in our area code, I guess.
That's
So
nice.
like if
Yeah.
yeah.
I know some
So
people say that their coworkers, I was talking to some friends, say that their coworkers had the virus, but it was like days afterwards, like past the 14 days that they found out about the virus. I know some people
oh.
back home were saying that.
Hmm.
So that's good that they are timely and let people in the vicinity know that, hey, the virus is in your area. We can,
Yeah, they'll like such and such, they'll tell you man or woman, age, was in this area, rode this subway, on this day at this time. So for sure, should I get tested? Should I get checked out?
okay. You have another one from Mary Jane. You see it?
Yeah. That's not Asia. We went to school with her.
Oh yeah, not Asia.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, not Asia. Sorry, not Asia. It was the Facebook name. Hey, not Asia. Of course, I know Asia. We rode the school bus together and everything. Thank you for watching, Asia.
Yeah.
All right, and Des want to know: did you work at the place I work at now? No, we went to high school together and college, and that's
Okay.
how I know Mimi slash Miranda. All right, so in closing, I figure we have another game to close us out.
Ooh.
We're going to play the Blitz. How do we play the Blitz? A word is going to come on the screen, and you're going to think about the first thing that comes to your mind when it comes to this word. You ready? You're nervous?
I'm nervous. I don't know. How fast can I think?
I think you got this. All right, the first one, Panthers.
Lake City High School. Lake City, Blue Eye.
DCLA.
My first K-pop group, the group I stand, they broke up. I'm sad.
You know, that was looking back on that, they weren't as bad as I thought they were.
They were pretty good, okay? Their harmonies were top notch. Their, singing was 10 out of 10, They just did not have the push they needed. They won the rookie awards, okay? They were not trash. Put some respect on their name.
All three of you. They're not a shiny or EXO, but
Okay, yeah, they're no Shiny or Big Bang, but okay, they still,
Do you like
they're
BTS?
okay.
I can't get into BTS. I don't see the hype in BTS.
BTS, I mean, they're okay. I've had a friend who saw them in concert. They but I'm not into like, oh my God, BTS. Do I know all their names? Yeah, sure. But I'm not like, oh, I gotta listen to all their new songs. They've had releases and I don't even know all their songs. So
That's better than I do. All right, Twilight.
Edward and Bella.
I remember you got me on that too. I thought that's stupid. And then I think it was during the time when I had that job right after high school. You know that one.
Yeah, we know that one.
And then so I was like, oh, let me read some books, and I got into it. And I remember we made it an event. You, me, and Beth go and see all the Twilight movies.
That's true. We did, and it was amazing. I wish I could read them again.
I don't know about that, but okay.
I want to read Midnight Sun, though.
Okay. At least she's better than J.K. Rowling. She's saying some stuff out the side of her neck.
I heard about that too. Yeah.
We was gonna pray for her. All right. How about this word? Entanglement.
Entanglement. Messy situations. Situationships.
Cuffing season. Chorus.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Oliver.
Oliver Twist.
Yeah.
That is the line I still quote to this day. I wasn't Oliver, but I sure still quote, please, sir, can I have some more? Can I have some more, please?
Who played Oliver had like this deep voice. It was kind of hilarious. But we had to change Oliver because the original Oliver didn't really want the part, so he stopped. Yeah. Opa.
I don't know, whiny girls.
Going crazy over kinship.
No, they were literally, you can be on the subway and these girls, they act like little kids. Oppa! Like, why y'all whining? You are obviously a grown woman. Why are you talking to your boyfriend like,
Correct me if I'm wrong. Opa means daddy, like American version, like daddy, right?
Yeah, kind of like brother, big brother, like type thing.
Okay. And last but not least, FMU.
College years.
Nice.
My apartment burned, catching on fire.
I remember that.
My roommate wanted to cook something and she fell asleep. I don't know if she fell asleep. I can't say that. But all I can say is my roommate was cooking something. I was sleeping and fire.
I think I was on RA duty that day.
Well,
They're like blank apartments on fire. Like, oh, that's Miranda's apartment.
Surprise, surprise. Sorry for I can't. It wasn't mine. I'll apologize on her behalf.
Yeah. And did you know they redid those apartments now? They're no longer orange.
Really?
Yeah, they're like a beige. They look really good on the outside. I think
Oh,
they're on
nice.
the inside too, but with Corona. All right.
Good for them.
Yeah. So thank you once again for spending time with me. Stay in the backstage. I'm going to move you backstage right quick, but thank you again.
Okay.
Any last words you want to say to the guests?
Thanks for watching. I really enjoyed being a guest on Trey's show. I hope if you're interested in coming to Korea, you definitely try to make it happen. If your dream isn't to come to Korea, you can also, try and follow whatever dream you have. I never thought, that I'd be here in Korea, especially, small town girl from small town USA. Look at me now in Korea, teaching, living the dream. So, hey, follow your dreams.
She's in Korea. Look at her now.
Look at me now.
Have a good one, Miranda. I mean, me, Miranda.
Bye.
All right, and thank you guys for joining me again on the first episode of The Conversation. I hope you had a good time just taking the time to learn something about Korea and just to get your mind off of the craziness that's going on in the world today. So until next time, I hope you have a great night and a better tomorrow. And remember to love yourself and each other. Have a good one.